the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Hi guys, I'm Lizzie. I'm the digital content producer for Fitzy Whipper and Kate Ritchie. Welcome to a bonus episode of the Fitzy Whipper Kate Ritchie podcast.
Special edition.
It's so exciting. We're looking back at some of our favourite moments and we're getting everybody on the team to share some of their favourite moments that have been on air recently. This one of mine is fairly recent, but I was standing in the studio when it happened and I couldn't stop laughing. I fell to the floor laughing. It's the game that Whipper played with Kate called Bay or BS, where he came up with some fake home and away scenes and scenarios, but also put in some real home and away scenes and scenarios, and Kate had to guess if they were Bay or BS, and I honestly have never laughed harder. Take a listen.
Flamin' mongrel.
Bay
Don't let him off the hook so easily, Sal. Make him suffer a bit.
or BS.
This is absurd. I would remember something like that.
What was that?
Oh, which country is that from?
I think
Indonesia?
is it the Spanish version of the home and away
Yeah,
theme?
we think so. Playing in many countries. Lots of Sally Fletcher fans all across the globe.
Congratulations on your success.
And congratulations to you.
Thanks so much. Bay or BS, how well do you know home and away?
I'm really excited about
I'm
this.
sending you back to the Bay, which is great. I've had to do all the heavy lifting behind the scenes, sitting down with the EP and
Who's the EP?
Stevie and Craig
My friend Julie.
and Julie, my friend Julie. I said, Jules, are we gonna roll the big dog back in or what?
Call me the big dog, and I'm not the big dog. There are bigger dogs than me
Who?
still there. I mean, I need me that nice.
I said, Jules, are we going to roll the little dog back in?
The little ruff.
Ruff.
The old dog.
She said, I'll think about it. I said, leave it with me, I'll workshop it. So, here we go, Kate. I'm going to read out a scene. You have to work out whether it is true or false. Is it Bay? Did it happen at the Bay? Or is it complete BS?
Is it a scene or a storyline?
Storyline.
Well, when you start, if you can use the correct lingo
I'll
for
speak to
us
Julie about that.
thespians.
Okay, here we go. Shane, played by Dieter Brummer, was knocked off his motorbike and had his spleen removed. This resulted in a weakened immune system and he sustained a small cut in the hand from some chicken and he died from septicemia.
Chicken wire, not a very sharp chicken.
Not a chicken.
Doesn't matter, mate.
No, well, sort of
Chicken.
does.
Oh, a real sharp chicken.
Scratch.
So which am I answering?
Scratched
Is
by a
it
chicken.
Bay? So did it
No,
happen
I
in Bay or is it
understand what I have
BS?
to answer, but did he get... Because it's important whether I say he died from a chicken injury
Okay, he got a small
or
cut
a
to his
chicken
hand
wire injury.
from chicken wire. He died of septicemia.
He did. That is Bay, and
Bay is true.
and I don't know. You remember the scene, but I think they played that wonderful track by Hunters and Collectors
Did
as
they?
he died.
Throw your arms around me.
We will never
Yeah, keep going.
meet
What's number two with?
again. Who played the chicken? What about...
That is a good one. Give
Thanks,
yourself a little. That's the funniest thing you've said in 12
Good to
months.
see you. Congratulations again. Johnny Cooper stabbed Sally, who had a near-death vision that her foster father Tom showed her what life in Summer Bay would be like without her. Oh my God, in this near-death vision. Is that true? Did that actually happen?
That's Bay.
True. Congratulations. Well done, Kate.
Roger Oakley came back.
Yeah, but who played the chicken? All right, what about... Okay, here we go.
Okay, come on, give me a hard one.
Alf took Shannon, played by Isla Fisher, to buy her...
Hang on, start again.
Alf took Shannon, who was played by Isla Fisher, to buy her first bra after witnessing her being teased in the diner for being developmentally behind the other girls in her year.
Alf did he?
Yeah, he did.
Alf took Shannon to buy a bra.
Yes, would have been a bit weird. Mr. Stewart, turn around.
She didn't speak like that. That's BS.
Oh, Mr. Stewart, don't have one of those.
Unfortunately, the bra storylines were kept for me.
Okay.
I got nothing exciting except puberty. But you know what? Puberty is a very important part of life.
So true.
And,
And
you know,
what-
handle it how you can.
And whatever happens to your body, it's perfectly normal.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. Kate Ritchie. Sally was accused of organising a Summer Bay High Fight Club, where the teacher parents would place bets on which kid would be successful in the lunchtime punch-on. Is that true? Wouldn't surprise me.
I organised it, did I?
In
The
your
principal.
little school uniform, right?
No, was I the principal or a student?
Sally. Just says Sally. Well, I don't know what time it was.
Well, that's BS.
What about
Sally
this one?
would never do that.
Sally was loose. Kim, played by Chris Hemsworth, was caught spying on Colleen while she got changed in the surf club showers. He was given a detention after being found guilty of being a peeping Tom. A peeping Tom Ivy. Is that true?
I wish it was true, but I think it's BS.
What was the BS? BS. Kate Ritchie, you performed very well.
Oh, is that all? I could
Yeah.
play this all day.
What, do you want one more?
Yeah, go on, give me
Okay,
one more.
last one.
Okay, All or Nothing or something like that.
Irene, played by Lynn
I
McGranger.
know who plays the characters.
was caught.
Like when you're talking to me, like, you.
Other people are playing. Well done to that, mate. Irene, played by Lynn McGranger,
Oh, right, great,
was
thank
caught
you.
by Alf Stewart secretly holding.
Played by Ray Ma.
Secretly holding an underground poker tournament in one of the caravans. When he busted her, she offered to split the takings with her to keep it quiet.
I actually think that's Bay.
No, it's not.
But it sounds like something Irene would do in the days where she was a bit rough around the edges.
You never know. I mean, maybe that's a storyline we could consider for your return to the Bay. I'll be speaking to Julie, the EP, today, my friend Julie.
And when are we doing the scene or
We're
the
possibly
audition?
before the end of the week. We will be filming something with a star from Home and Away.
Just one of them? Are they still on the
Can't
show
give away
now?
anymore. We're doing a table reading tomorrow. We're going to go through the script. We're going to talk about it, and then Kate returns to the Bay on Thursday.
This is really upsetting my mum, and I know she's probably in the car
Sorry,
right
Heather.
now.
Just keep listening, Heather, because something is really cooking here. This is so exciting. Kate, back to the Bay.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hi guys, we're looking back at some of our favourite moments from the past few months. This is my other favourite moment because it involves Whipper and it involves eating, and I just love to pay him out about any of his eating habits, whether it's too much or none. I really just like paying him out in general, really, because it's fun for me. But this story was about Whipper eating essentially a 75-course meal when he went to the AFL with Tommy and Kate, and the absolute rubbish disgrace that he left behind. It was like fish and chips, kebabs, you name it, he ate it.
Well, no, the junior sport was called off over the weekend because of the weather. A lot of sport in general would have been called off. And we're going to talk to you guys in a minute because you went to the Sydney Derby at the SCG, the Swans versus GWS over the weekend. But there was still all around Australia, sport was still on. Down in South Australia, this is demoralising. A local South Australian footy club has recorded a record win. Fitzroy defeated Elizabeth 516 points to 0. That's 82 goals, 24 to nothing.
Just unheard of.
Fitzroy coach Daryl Cotter, he said, I'm really pleased with the boys. We played a good team game, played to our structures and didn't really have any individuals, which was pleasing. Josh Rosenthal booted 29 goals. I reckon he was a bit of an individual on the day. 29 goals in one game.
Nice percentage booster.
I've worked it out. It's a minute and 10 seconds for every goal. Every goal.
Was the other team not there? Like I was trying.
Yeah, how many were on the field?
I wanted to see a photo. Like if you had to look at the time it took for the ball to be bounced and then knocked out of the centre, move it forward. Sure, that doesn't take long. So. In no circumstance it went the other way.
Oh, it says here the fullback, Dean Salisbury was his name. He's 82 years of age.
Is he really?
Is he?
No, but
At which point do you give up? There had to be a time when the scores were quite close, or at least like they were in the lead a little, and then it's like, I'm just not playing anymore.
I think if you play for Elizabeth, Kate, you give up when you're putting your footy boots on as you're about to run out.
Can you imagine the coach at three-quarter time, guys? 20 minutes of footy left. We're going to be all right. I'm going to need you to dig deep.
Go on.
It's like the movie Next Goal Wins. We just need 1 point. I need a score on the board.
1 point. Has there ever been a game where the team just doesn't come out? It's like we're not we're done. You win. We're just not playing anymore. We can't play.
Well, Huey played against a team. They did so well, Ironbank, but there was only 9 kids in the team. They're supposed to have 18. So then they have to borrow from another club, and then we had to use some of our kids from another team to top them up.
Turn the shirts inside out.
It's not about winning, though, is it? It's
it's about winning.
Getting out there and, having a bit of fun. I did go to the AFL on the weekend, Fitzy.
Yeah, how did you go?
I would have loved you to yell out, it's not about winning, guys.
Because you guys were down the front in your ponchos in the rain, getting right amongst it, weren't you? You weren't in the Steve Wall room with a 3-course meal, were you?
It doesn't matter where you were sitting. It was great to be there in the rain and to see 40,000 people stick it out, ponchos or not.
Oh, they were like little ants. But speaking of 3-course meals, Fitzy, no, it wasn't a sit-down event at all. You had to kind of go to the bar and order your chips and your fish and chips and pay for your own, mind you. Yeah. But Whipper did treat it like a 70-course meal.
Do you know?
I'm not. You stay out of it. And this is not what I was going.
What do you mean? Stay out of it. It's about me.
But the thing is, this isn't the angle I was going to take about my experience to the AFL after all of these years. Haven't been since I saw the Swans when I was working for Channel 7.
Okay,
right. It's a very long time. I think maybe I've seen the Lions, but I grew up an NRL girl.
Yeah,
and still probably are in my heart. But there was a lot. Tommy actually has a photo of the mess that Whip left under his chair.
So is that tartare sauce with the chips?
Yeah, they were my fish and chips. But geez Louise, if I thought I was going to lose my hand at one point, so that I don't know whether to go in for a chip because the biggest seagull I've ever met is sitting beside me.
Okay, so there's a can of Sprite on the ground. There's 3 cans of Bolter beer. There's a cup that's got red wine in it. There's the fish and chips with the tartare sauce. There's a pie base.
The pie that he offered me at one point while he was digging into it with a fork. He'd halfway through, full of sauce, and then he said, with a mouthful of gravy, he says, "Do you want some?"
Wasn't talking about the pie.
No, thank you. Oh, and we haven't even got to the little tubs of ice cream.
Do you know? Hang on a minute. Can I just say?
No, because I've got lots more to tell.
When you're at the football, it's a courtesy that if you get up from your seat, you come back with something for everyone, right? It's that kind of thing.
For everyone.
Or close to everyone. So what was going on was I would, jump up to grab something and go, "Oh, look, guys, I brought you back some food," and then you guys didn't end up eating it, so I had to have it. And then Tommy, to pay me back, or Kate, you went and got some fish and chips, and I didn't want them, but you did the right thing because you were leaving your seat. You came back with supplies for the team.
Well, what about when Tommy asked me whether I wanted hot chips and whether I wanted sauce, and I said, "No, I don't want sauce," and then old mate here goes, "Yes, she does.
Get her hot chips.
She does want sauce." But just quickly, I didn't know if you guys were there with the cameras at one point, because I was so excited to go. I was taking my 9-year-old daughter. I didn't know who to go for, of course, because I am a GWS area girl.
Yep.
And I get to the gates. There are so many people. A little bit of high anxiety anyway, turning up to the,
big crowd.
And I knew you guys were looking after me. Are you okay, Kate? Are you there? Should we meet you here and everything?
Meet you there. You're 20 minutes late. Yeah.
Whip decides to go up to the room already because he heard the canteen was open.
Well, that's right. And the nuggets were done. Yeah.
And then my tickets don't work. It was the worst prank. I couldn't get in. So not only was I so nervous about rocking up, I'm holding up the line. May's looking at me like I'm the lady in charge.
Get out of the way, Sally.
Yeah, everyone's thinking I'm holding things up. And then, of course, Whip comes down, and the last thing I ever want to do in my life is push into a line, because I know that people will say to someone else at some point, I went to the football, Kate Ritchie was there, and she just swanned up to the front of the queue and pushed in. Like, I would lie awake at night worrying that people would say that about me.
Kate, you think that was bad? I used to play for the Swans and they wouldn't let me in when I was playing for the Swans.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.